Alright guys, so first off I want to say I'm extremely sorry for not coming out with the trade review or the recap, I guess, overall recap of the month this weekend. I was super excited to get it out, super excited to actually start working on it and everything, but some personal matters came up and I was not able to actually even work on it or complete it, so hope y'all understand. Just some personal matters came up and I couldn't attend to it, so I'm for sure gonna try and get it out this weekend, like no doubt, because I know I've been slacking on it for like what 2 weeks now, so I'm definitely gonna try and actually get it done here. So um, hopefully this weekend's gonna be a lot better and I can actually take care of that. Besides that though, I would like to make it a weekly thing to actually review my trades or just look at what's going on, and try to improve myself slowly one bit at a time. But let's go ahead and get into it here. ABVC is our leading gapper. There's not really anything else moving, if I'm being totally honest. Like ABVC is gapping up 222%. And then our next gapper is ORPH at 10%. So there's not much else popping up here. I would like to see ABVC pop up and hold above VWAP. I mean, it made a huge move here, and nice entry for anyone who got in here. I could have got in here at 850, but I was distracted. I'm just talking here. So hit VWAP. Let's see if it can hold its level. I would like to see this actually hold above VWAP around 950. If this gets halted without me, then oh well. I mean, I missed it. But it's making a big move here. I'm surprised. Wow, look at that. It's a huge move here in just one candle, basically. I mean, it did bounce off of this level, but I didn't think this had much potential just from how slow everything else was moving this morning. So this one's for sure halted. Not really sure where I want to see this one open now. I mean, it's going to open at 10 is what it's showing for now. Not far above it. I would like to see it pull back. If it just rips into another halt, I'm not going to trade it. I'm just going to wait for a better setup. I want to see it pull back here and actually, get in on a dip buy, potentially around VWAP. VWAP's 20 cents above the whole dollar, so we can potentially get in there. We also have a support line here, so, even more convincing, I guess, to take an entry. Let me increase that a little bit. Right? Yeah, so about 1050. So 1050 is our next resistance area right after 10. It's showing resumption at 850 now. Yikes, that's gonna actually suck. If it opens that low, that's gonna be pretty bad. Anywhere above where it was at, I mean, that's gonna kind of suck, whoever's in there. Especially if they bought it up here around 950 for the halt level. I mean, if it opens 50 cents lower, that's actually gonna suck. Wow, okay, we'll keep an eye on this one. Let's go check out what else is here. DCRC popped up for a second there, now it's back to 13. ORPH. ORPH is just sideways at the moment. Actually, hold on. Facebook I was gonna buy here with puts, but it was gonna go down as soon as it got to 330, somewhere around there. I was gonna buy puts on it. So let's have an order ready for this one. I gotta make sure I get in on this trade. It has the potential actually to fill its gap, which is why I'm kind of hesitant. But I'm still gonna bet it's gonna drop because it hasn't moved down today. Pre-market, yeah, but right now it hasn't like at open. So this is our first pullback really. But it does have room to fill its entire gap all the way to 337. So it's either I'm making a big mistake here or I'm actually getting on a good entry. So I'm gonna buy puts here. Set a limit order to 330. And I'm gonna buy, shoot, actually I can't even do that. So let's get it here then. Puts. I'm gonna review it. Okay, so I'm gonna have an order ready for that thing, but I'm gonna keep an eye on DCRC, USWS, ORPH. There's just nothing going on. So ABVC is the one we're gonna have to keep an eye on here, I guess. It should open in about 2 more minutes. So I guess we'll just wait and see. But Uh, oh, also with the commissions. So commissions, they ended up putting me at $1,873. So I was actually at 1998, if not 1999. So like $1 off, and now I'm all the way back down here to 1,873. So unfortunately, we had those monthly commissions. We're gonna have to bounce back above 2 grand, and hopefully break back above what we originally started at, which is 2.7. So if we can break back over 2.7, that looks solid for a move to 4, potentially 5. My overall target would be 10. I would really like to grow this account to 10 and start actually taking money out for myself and profiting from it. I would like to, overall get above around 30, 35,000 to open up an account with I guess, uh, a national broker here, because right now I'm trading with an international broker. I would like to trade with one within the US and, use something faster like light speed to be able to execute my trades here. But that's going to be a little while before we get there. Barely at 2 grand, and we're working up slowly but surely. So see where we get. So ABVC here is going to open pretty soon. Let's check on Facebook real quick. Facebook almost at 330 here. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Slowing down. I don't want to miss ABVC. I don't want to miss Facebook either. Here's Facebook on a huge climb here. That's another thing. Facebook's looking really strong. ABVC just open. So open really low. Don't like to see that. Facebook. I gotta at least take one trade here. So I'm gonna keep an eye on Facebook real quick to get in for my options trade. Once I see it hits around 330, I'm gonna execute my trade. I know it doesn't look the best on the 5-minute especially, but the 1 minute's looking really extended right now. I just want to see this for the break of 330, and I'll take my entry. So there's 35. There's 330. Break at 330. I sent my order and I just got filled at 330. I hope I got the right one. That's gonna kind of suck if I got filled in the wrong the wrong side here. So we're gonna let that one play out for a little bit. We're gonna see what it can do. It might even fill this gap. If it starts getting anywhere near the fill, then I'm just gonna stop out here. I just think it's too extended on the 1 minute. Usually when this happens, I mean, it just flops. So this could definitely keep going up. The 10-minute looks extremely strong. 5-minute looks extremely strong. So I'm probably in on the wrong direction, but hey, you know what? I'm taking that risk here. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. We'll go ahead and see what it wants to do here. But ABVC, let's go back to this one. Stop loss on the Facebook options contract is going to be probably 50 to 75. That's where I'll let it run. So 1 minute MACD on this one does not look good at all. Let's go to ORPH. This one's actually popping up on the scans. So this one's climbing up slowly to VWAP here, which is cool. But I want to see if it can hold these levels. The daily doesn't look crazy or anything. It's going to come into resistance here around 480. So, Yeah, because I might have hopped in on Facebook at the worst time, honestly, if I'm being real. I didn't even check if there's news. Actually, let me check on this one real quick. ABVC is curling here on the 1 minute. I do like the 10 minute. The 10 minutes actually just about across. The 5 minutes looking okay, but I would definitely like to see it hold around its 950 level. So, uh, so far it's looking good. So far it's holding around. Well, it's definitely holding above 9. It's holding view up. I'm not sure if I want to take my entry here for the break at 950. We'll go ahead and see if I can get on another pullback here. There's the break at 950. Getting on a pullback maybe in the 20s. Spreads are kind of big, actually. I didn't see that. There's a drop to 15, and then it's still 40 on the ask. Not really sure to think. If this one can hold its level and be sideways, then I'll for sure take an entry for the break at 950. If it continues to break below 9, then I'm just not interested. Okay, so far it's holding 9, which I like. I'm going to buy in here at around 928. See if we can get the rip through 930 and then 950. Already not liking this. Still holding. There's 930. See if we can get a break above 930. See rip to 950 potentially. 35, 37, 38. Selling there. So there's a quick 20-cent pop there. Nice trade. Kind of wish I held a little longer there. But I'm glad I sold it regardless. There's a quick 55. Was hoping for a faster break, honestly. Hoping for a bigger break, but let's go check on Facebook. So Facebook's back down to 330 here. It broke the 10-minute high. Let's see what this wants to do. If this continues holding here, I might just have to stop out. But the 1 minute looks like it's about to cross here. Really extended on the 5 and 10 minute. Or not extended necessarily, but... So that looks really strong. So this was just a bad trade just in general. I should have actually just waited it out. It's about to fill this gap is what it's looking like. It's still holding these levels. I was hoping that it would at least pull back today, but probably was a little too early on my entry here, or just not trading the right direction here. Clearly strong, and this is just totally on me, but we'll see what it wants to do. I want to see if it can hold above 331. I'm still down on it for sure. I'm down like 30 bucks. Nothing too crazy. Definitely prefer to be up, but I still have a feeling that this can actually reject. The only thing is I just saw news right now. Kathy Wood with ARK Invest bought tons of shares on this. And I don't know, there's a couple other news or news posts about it with Apple. So this thing can continue riding today. I'm not even going to be surprised. I'll just hold it a little longer. We'll go ahead and see more or less where I'm at. I'm already down 50. So that's basically my stop loss. I should actually just stop out here, if I'm being honest. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop out my position with the $53 loss. So 55 in this account, down 50 in this other account. Whatever. So just not a good trade all around, I guess. I got in at around 330 here, and then, well, I got in up here. I was hoping that it would just reverse and not continue climbing, but clearly I got in way too early. I was feeling a little FOMO. 5 and 10 minute look really strong here. 1 minute looks extended to me, and that's exactly why I took it. But Facebook's more of a long-term play than a quick day trade. So I did want to hold because it was kind of slowing down up here on its 331 level, but I mean, I already said I'm done with the stop loss today. I hit my stop loss of 50, and I'm just not going to continue holding it. Whether this can actually tank all the way back down to 325 or something, I mean, potentially, but if anything, I think it's going to hold this level here at VWAP 328, and that's where I could potentially profit. But I mean, I'm not gonna bother risking holding just for this thing to rip, because the 10-minute still looks really strong. 5-minute also looks really strong here if it can break over 331, 28. So I mean, definitely has that potential. It's already at 19. It's right there. Let's go back to ABVC. So wow, look at that. Missed this huge climb on ABVC here. Distracted on Facebook. Stupid trade there on the side. But wow, could have made a lot of trades there in this amount of time. So I missed 3 minutes here, 3 whole minutes, and this thing just ripped. So there, popped to 1150. Now it's all the way back down to 960, 950 now. I don't really want to buy that dip. I could definitely take an entry, but I don't want to buy it. It's still dropping here. This gets halted going down. It's going to kind of suck. It broke through our support line. Hit another one here at 850. So 850 is another support area. Back below 850 would mean that it, we'd have to see it below 8 again. Or our next support line would be a little below 8 or at 8. So that could have been a nice pop right here. The second candle down. 850 if I would have taken the entry around that level, all the way back up to 925. So 75 cents would have been a solid trade there. It's hesitant to buy the dips. I mean, that was a huge drop here from 1169 all the way down to 850 basically. Could get in here for the break over VWAP again, but right now after that huge rejection, the 5-minute doesn't look hot. 10-minute definitely doesn't look hot, and I would really want to see this thing hold above VWAP for the second time. I mean, it was a really nice move here, nice curl, nice pop, and I definitely missed that entire move, that entire ride up here. So could have taken an entry here. Again, distracted on Facebook, took an L on that one. That would have been an awesome break for 950. I'm not sure how fast it ripped, but through 10, it clearly ripped through that level. 1050 ripped through. It's just like nothing in this one candle. So in this one candle, made a whole $1.50 almost, let's just say, in one candle. So that would have been a solid trade. Going back to Facebook. So good thing I stopped out on Facebook here. This thing's continuing to climb. It can probably fill this gap here, which would have been, it would have been a solid trade if I took an entry down here a long time ago for I guess call options, but I decided to take a put option just because I don't know. I actually don't know why I took it. I didn't look at the news, didn't look at anything. I guess I was just like a YOLO play, whatever. But definitely took a fat L on this one, knowing that there was a gap here. It looked really strong on both the 5 and 10-minute. Just a stupid trade. Didn't make sense. This one though, solid trade, but again, I missed a whole opportunity here because I was so distracted with my options account. Normally with my options trades, I focus on them at work, like while I'm working, I trade and just have them in the background. But today I just felt like taking it or something. I just wanted to take a little trade on options because pre-market there was nothing moving. ABVC was just sideways, wasn't really doing much, rejecting big levels. So I wasn't really into it, but clearly at open it made some pretty decent moves here. Solid curl. Took an entry here at the very bottom, but obviously didn't see the huge climb coming, and that's on me. So I'm really not sure where this one wants to go at this point. I mean, it looks like it's not going to hold up at all. I'm pretty sure this is a small pullback, and we're going to see rejection. Just crossed on the 1-minute MACD. 10 minutes still, I mean, crossing in a way, but I mean, this is basically done. Huge doji, big red candles here. Not very confident holding any level at this point. Struggling at VWAP to break over 950. I might just have to take the 55 and go. It's basically a break-even day today with Facebook, because I don't know. Lost 53 on Facebook and up 55 in this account after commissions and all that. I'm pretty sure I'm down just about the same, or maybe even red today overall. But options is separate from this account, so I'd say overall I'm up today. Glad to be green for sure. I'm really happy to be green today, at least in this account, especially because I didn't expect anything to happen. But I really wish I wasn't focused on Facebook and actually took this trade. So I think that's gonna be a new rule for myself. Is I'm gonna take trades on the stock market account in the morning and just not even bother with options. I'll keep an eye on options, but I'm gonna make sure that I watch them at work and actually trade them at work primarily. So really solid move here for whoever's in on Facebook, call options, or whoever's taking this on a long position. Again, it has that gap fill all the way to 337. So, I mean, I'd continue riding this all the way up. C-pop got halted actually at 360. Super light on volume, or it's just real choppy action here. Spreads aren't huge, which I'm surprised about. EQOS popping up on the scans as well. 650 all the way to 675, 680 there. That was not a bad move. That was a pretty good move. But from 6 all the way to 660 or 650, that was a big move here too. Just a little choppy, it seems to me. I'm not really interested in trading it. ABVC. This one's just sideways along VWAP. This one could potentially break its low, but if it holds this level and finishes around 1040, then this looks really strong in the 5-minute. I still think it's going to break its low because the 10-minute here is looking pretty bad. 865 is the low here, so it can definitely break it. But if it pops back up and starts climbing back towards 10, that would look pretty solid. I would like for it to finish, at least at 10 or above 10 on this 10-minute. If it breaks a low, that's fine, but it just needs to finish around that level. Same with the 5-minute. I would like to see it finish around 10 or 1040 area for me to still be interested in it. But right now, I think it's just kind of sideways and needs some time. Whether it comes or not, I have no idea, but it's definitely going to be a waiting game on that one. Solo. I think I've traded this one in the past. I know I've seen it in the past many times, but really slow of a mover. Float's probably real high on this one. Yeah, so float's around 100 million. That's pretty slow. Coming up to its 200 here as well. I'd have to take really big size on this one just to make any money on it. ORPH climbed up to VWAP here, and now it's just rejecting that level, so kind of fading. Only 2 stocks got halted today, which is ABVC and CPOP. And now nothing else is popping up on the scan, so I think I'm just going to call it. I'm going to wrap it up here for today. Up 55. I mean, I think it was a solid trade. I could have held for the break of 950, but when it broke 950, it popped up real quick to 960 and then dropped all the way to 940. So I don't know. And it went to 943, and I was just like, maybe it was a good thing I sold. I don't think I sold necessarily in a bad position. I let it ride a little longer than I normally do. Normally I just sell it real quick after it breaks this 1-minute high or meets that same level. So I'm getting better at it. I'd say I'm improving by holding my position a little longer, but obviously, I missed this entire move, so that's just totally on me. I could have taken an entry here as well for the break of VWAP, but I just didn't feel comfortable trading it for the break, especially after seeing these rejections here. I wanted to see a better setup. Knowing that it held this level around 9, it held VWAP pretty good. And it didn't break lower. I mean, it was holding. So I could have definitely added on the position here, but didn't want to risk it just flushing on me. So held through support, hit my support line, and also hit VWAP here. So felt even more confident. And next thing you know, it just takes off. But again, I missed this entire ride here, which kind of sucks. Now it's curling again on the 1-minute. I could definitely take another entry here for a break of 10. But like that huge drop right there from 990 all the way to 960. I don't know. Is it going to be worth it? 5 minutes still not above 10. 10 minutes curling here is kind of holding this level, didn't break lower, so that's cool. 5-minute looks like it wants to cross though, which I'm not very confident about. 1-minute looks like it's going to cross up here, curl up to the upside, but now it's rejecting. 5 minutes still looks like it's going to cross to the downside, so don't have a lot of faith in the MACD on the 5-minute. 1 minute's kind of rejecting here. It's going to need some more time to consolidate, I believe, and then pop back up above 10. So I think this is a, I don't know, maybe a 10-minute play. But it's gonna take a couple 5-minute candles here to actually get this thing going. Now, if it can actually hold its level here, the next 5-minute just open. If it can continue holding sideways, then this actually looks pretty good for a break above the 5-minute of 994. It would just need to continue holding. If it breaks lower, that's okay. Hold 9 for sure, and then pop all the way back up 950. Next candle, we can see 980, somewhere around that level, and then a rip through 10. That looks solid. But if it just flushes here through 9 and doesn't hold, then it's like, okay, I'm not even interested anymore. So there's a break lower, hit the support line, and now it's kind of popping back up. It's holding its level. See if this can get back above 950. Again, be mindful the 5-minute MACD looks like it wants to cross. It can always curl in the opposite direction. That's totally cool, but so far it's holding its level. So that's what I'm kind of excited about. This can always flip on us though at any time, so very mindful of that. Check on Facebook real quick, see how high this thing's going. So big drop there from 33 all the way to 31 almost. But if anything, it's just a pullback in my opinion. So let's go back to ABVC. So it's really holding this 930 spot. Low red volume here. I can just imagine what this next 1 minute's gonna do. It's probably gonna rip through it, I'd imagine. If not, it's gonna flush. This one's just so tight. Like it's held this small range. I can just imagine what kind of move it's gonna make soon. 1 minute doesn't look like it's curling here though. It actually looks like it's about to drop even lower. 5-minute makes me more confident on that. Same with the 10-minute. Looks like it can actually continue down, downwards, but the 1 minute's still holding its level. So there's 937 for a second. High of this last 1 minute candle is 939. There's a break at the 1 minute low now. See how far that's gonna go. Wow, so it broke its low and now it's still holding up around 920, 930. That's real impressive. Next 1 minute's gonna open, so open low. We're gonna get the break of 9 here. Not just yet, it seems. We still have another 2 minutes before the next 5-minute opens, so I'd imagine the next 5 minutes just gonna rip through. If not, this 5-minute might just do it pretty late on the last minute. Might just reject. Whether this thing can pop up, surge, and then have a false break, I mean, it's definitely possible, but the way it's going right now, it's kind of just on a downtrend. It's slowly making its way down for a break of 9. So I'd be more confident in the break of 9 than I would the rip up. So there's 9. Breaking 9 all the way to 880 now. Support levels around 850. So there's a break on the 5-minute. I'd still be going for the 10-minute. If I had a short position, I'd still be going for the break of 865, which just broke. Maybe even 850. There it is. Now our next support line is 8. See if this can drop and break 8. It's all the way at 813, 810, 804, 8. There you go. So if you were in on that position there for if you had a short entry, congrats on that one. That was a nice trade. Solid. It was clearly curling here on the 5-minute. If you got in here for a long position, I mean, definitely would have faked you out. Had potential on the 1 minute, but again, as we mentioned, the 5-minute MACD just looked like it was going to cross. I didn't have any I didn't have much confidence in it holding its level. When it started curling here, though, I was like, maybe, but couldn't hold its level. Started going down, started fading, and that was kind of it. So it would have been awesome if I could have taken a short position, but I don't think I can short in this account yet. Or I think I can, but on certain stocks, I know I have restrictions or whatever. So I don't know, maybe in the future. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. We're gonna wrap it up. Up $55 today, 55 almost. You know, solid for making something. I didn't think I was gonna make anything today, if I'm being honest. So glad to be up regardless. I'll go ahead and see what tomorrow has. Yeah, I'll try my best. Like I said, super sorry. I'll try my best to come out with the trade review sometime this weekend, or the monthly recap sometime this weekend. But like I said, personal matters came up, and I couldn't really be focused on that this weekend. So my apologies, but for sure this weekend I'll make sure to come out with it. Anyways, hope you all had a happy Halloween and take care.